welcome to Book 8 of the Odyssey. Let's begin. So we start off the book with Athene again disguised as Alcinous's herald, and she goes to the Phaeacians and she's like, hey, come to the assembly and meet this hot new stranger that just arrived. He is so hot, you all need to meet him. He is literally like the best eye candy you can get this morning, so come on down. And obviously no one can resist a bit of good eye candy in the morning, so everyone goes down to the assembly. And also just because it's Alcinous's orders and no one wants to disobey the king, but whatever. And so just to make sure that everyone does find him hot for the meeting, Athene then also makes Odysseus really hot so that when they see him they're like, oh, he is cute, fuck. So at the assembly, Alcinous addresses everyone and is like, okay, so this stranger needs to get back home, and even though I have no idea who he is or where he comes from, he seems like a cool dude, so if you could all prepare a ship and get some crew together while the rest of you entertain him at my palace, that would be great. Also, if someone could also get Demodocus so we could get some sick tunes going all up in here, that would be amazing. And so everyone obeys him because he's the king, and goes back to the palace, and as they're at the palace, Alcinous sacrifices 12 sheep, 8 bulls, 2 oxen, and that's it. Because Alcinous is extra about sacrifices, because again, the Phaeacians are pious. So the blind bard Demodocus arrives, and he sings about a quarrel between Achilles and Odysseus in the Trojan War, which was one of the many events that were pretty bad that led to bad things happening in the Trojan War, unsurprisingly. And because of this, Odysseus starts crying immediately. And he tries to conceal his face with his cloak and wipes his tears every time the bard pauses. But then, as soon as the bard starts up again, he starts crying again. But luckily no one notices except Alcinous, who reads the mood and is like, hey everyone, I think we've had enough of this song, let's go outside and play some sports. And then the Phaeacian games begin. Oh yeah. And a bunch of handsome young men, including 3 of Alcinous's sons, compete. Because if you're gonna have some good sporting games, it has to be hot men, can't have ugly men. Very important in Homer. So the first game is a race, and the winner is Clytoneus. The second game is wrestling, and the winner is Euryalus, a very important person later on in this book. We also have the jump, discus, boxing, and that's about it. And then Laodamus gets the idea to ask Odysseus to join him, because he looks strong and sea-hardened, so he should be good at sports. And look at those muscles. Do we want them to go to waste today? No, we don't. And Euryalus is like, yeah, dude, that you have a solid point there. Let's go ask him. So Laodamus goes to Odysseus and is like, hey, do you want to join? And Odysseus is like, nah, can't you see I'm emotionally exhausted at the moment? I'm just thinking of going home. I'm too sad to play. And Euryalus gets pissed about this for some reason and is like, well, you don't even look like a good athlete anyway, so it's not really anyone's loss. I'm not offended by this at all. And then Odysseus gets mad about this, quite understandably, and is like, well, you may be handsome, but you're still dumb as fuck, so I guess I'm still better at you in that aspect. Also, I'm gonna win all of these sports, so just watch me, you little shit. And he grabs a discus and throws it way further than everyone else. And Athene, disguised as one of the crowd, is like, yo, you've beat all these Phaeacians, son, fuck. And Odysseus is like, yeah, who wants to challenge me now? Fuckers, except you, Laodamus, because you're my host, and that would be rude if I did try and challenge you. But I could beat any of you except maybe running, because being at sea did a goddamn number on my legs, so everything except running, I can beat you all at. And Alcinous comes forward, wanted to, cause some peace again. And it's like, hey, we ain't doubting that you're great at this stuff, but, we're also good at things like running and seafaring and culture. And if you could please tell people back at your home this as well, that would be super great, because Kleos. So in order to prove his point that they're good at culture, he gets Demodocus again, and we are treated to more sick tunes. Heck yeah. And so the first song he sings is about how Hephaestus trapped Ares and Aphrodite in a net to expose her adultery to the gods. All how scandalous. And all the gods mock them except Poseidon, who offers to pay Ares' debt, which Hephaestus agrees to. And yeah. Now, I only really kind of thought about this just now, but the reason why there's such an emphasis on Poseidon being like the good guy in this situation is, of course, probably because the Phaeacians worship Poseidon. So, just a little thing to think about there with the relevance of that little anecdote. And then Helios and Laodamas dance with the purple bull. Odysseus is impressed with this. Sure, okay, I don't know what entertainment was really like back then, for certain, so I can't judge. And then Odysseus gets gifts. Yay! So Alcides orders Euryalus to give something to Odysseus as an apology, and Euryalus is like, fair enough. And he gives him a bronze sword with a silver hilt and an ivory sheath. I was about to say shath. Wrong word. And then Arete gives him a golden chalice and clothes and many other things, and on top of that she's like, hey maids, give him a bath, and Odysseus is like, I'm gonna try not get offended by that. And then Nausicaa magically appears and doesn't give him a gift, but it's like, hey, good luck on your journey, don't forget you owe me one because I basically saved your life. And Odysseus is like, sure thing. And then Odysseus is seated again, and he asked Demodocus to sing about the Trojan horse because he needs that ego boost today. And then, unsurprisingly, he starts crying like a woman, crying over her dead husband's body before she is carried off to slavery. No joke, that's how it's described. And Alcides notices this and is like, alright, Demodocus, stop playing. A stranger whose name I do not know yet. You have to tell us who you are because we have this prophecy that Poseidon will wreck our ship and surround our city with mountains. And I want to know who you are so I can help you before that happens, okay? So, you gotta tell me who you are because this crying over all these songs is pretty fucking weird. Pretty weird. And then it's the end of the book. Oh, will Odysseus ever, reveal to them who he is? We won't know until the next book. Ooh, cliffhangers. Love it. Great writing, Homer. So, yeah, that's the end. I just want to quickly say thank you all for subscribing. My subscriber count has gone up quite significantly, more so than I thought it would over the past few months or whatever. And thank you all for being so patient with me with how long it takes for these videos to come out. I've been busy with personal and scholarly things. It's been fun. But I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope you all enjoy the more videos that will eventually come out in the future. Thank you. Bye.